What up, SNA assassinators? This is Super Ninja Austin back here with another SNA podcast video for the NXT review video on October 15th, 2024. The return of the Performance Center. And it was a totally pretty decent show. Like after the two best episodes they made yet, since joining the CW, they just continue. But it was just like nothing out of the ordinary, though. Because they're back in the Performance Center, which that could possibly be partially the reason, and also this is where we got Booker T and Vic Joseph welcomed them when they were on stage on the ramp, and then also they showed the recap from last week's show, with all kinds of matches, like with Kalani Jordan teaming with what's the name, Bianca Belair and Jay Cargill against Fatal Influence, and also Randy Orton taking on Javon Evans in that dream match and more. But yeah, this is where we finally saw the debut. Also on tonight, we saw the debut action of Stephanie Vaquer, which went smoothly. And then also we got and now the match has been confirmed. And then for Halloween Havoc, well, actually, I think we got like two matches that's been confirmed for NXT. No, three actually. Add in another one, which was the women's tag team match. And also we got what's the other one? And we also have and what's the other? We also got an angle that's gonna be like on NXT, which explains one of the number one contenders that an angle had been teased like for NXT television, which explains why one of the guys that looked like was gonna win the number one contender match for the NXT championship did not win tonight, which we're gonna be talking about plenty of that. But we're gonna start off with Tony D'Angelo and with his little celebration segment of him becoming the new NXT champion, with him welcoming back to the NXT universe. He's like, I want to give a toast to the former North American champion, like the longest North American champion, Obafemi. And the fans like, and this is where they start like hooting, like wherever that sound means, like who, like with them like showing a little bit of respect to the Nigerian ruler. This is where Tony D'Angelo added, saying, like I got to say, like he's the longest 22. And the man, I gotta be completely honest, he's like, I'd be quite honest though, like he did broke, and he's like, oh, but you are a smash machine, but I really needed to win this title by any means necessary. But the fans started chanting, who repeat their like with him continuing to speak about his former foe. I'm not sure if it's former, like given what was going to happen next, but this is where then Tony D'Angelo then continued to say, I'm absolutely proud, I'm not proud. I mean, this is absolutely you got pride, and again, you have pride in every single man, and you stand right across the ring from him, and Oba, I baited you. I baited you of you thinking that once again that you broke the Don. Let me tell you, give you a reality check. You did not. I had you right where I wanted you. I seized the moment. Did the unthinkable and overcome my fear, and I defeated you. That's why you're seeing me as North American champion now. Fans start cheering. That's absolutely correct. And that's where the fans start cheering for Tony. This is where then he adds saying, pardon me, but I've been doing this for quite a long time now, and I know we're far from it, but in the meantime, to Obafemi, I could drink to that, and he's like, shout cups up. This is where, but before he can even continue his celebration, this is where you got Obafemi kind of interrupted with his making his way to the ring to congratulate, but at the same time still trying to go back and play a game of comeback. But this is where he was completely completely honest, and also and gave credit when it was due, which he said he did got him, and you beat him fair and square, he really did, and I want to give nothing but congratulations, praise to for this, and it may have happened once. Like, I'm not gonna give no excuses why I lost. But it won't not happen again. And this is where the fans start going, whoop, whoop, and this is where then he said, because I will have a rematch at Halloween Havoc, and I will indeed get my North American Championship back where it belongs. And once again, I am gonna be the ruler of NXT. And then this is where then, but this is where then he walked out of there. This is where Tony D'Angelo was like, okay, without him saying no words, actually, this is where he's like, this is where Chase Stacks Lorenzo's like, do you need to help here, boss? And this is where then Tony was like, no, other boss, I got this all. I got this all by myself, like I did last week. And this is where the Obafemi did spin the wheel and see what's the stipulation he's going to use for in the next couple of weeks, which it's going to be on the 27th, if I'm not mistaken. So count it up. How long is the 27th going to be from this Sunday? So I'll say about 2 weeks. Yeah, which is 27th. No, a week. Actually, it's going to be a week from the Sunday. Yeah, which is only a week and a half. It was just 2 weeks this past. Yeah. So yeah, because it'll be the 20th on Sunday. So yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, that we're gonna be a week from this Sunday, which is actually about like 12 days 12 days from now. Yeah, but yeah, this is where he spin the wheel. It landed right on the TLC. I mean not TLC, TLS. What I'm even talking about, TLS. And for those that are unaware, that means tables, ladders, and scares, which I believe it is like the table, ladders, and chairs match, but like a Halloween like frightening, scary feel into this stipulated match. But this is where we got Byron Saxton, within the backstage interview with what's his name, or Menza, about his future match in this gentleman's duel match. And it's a pretty, I guess it's a pretty interesting rules. It is where it's with the first rule, being you can't do a full force punch, when you did when you haven't did a force of a contact 4 straight times, and then they showed the sign of this with like a graphic sign that said the rules said I can't strike opponent when they have 4 points of contact on the ground, and can't throw opponent over the top rope, and to floor competitors have until referees count of 3, not 5, to break when the ropes and there absolutely no fighting on the floor. And this kind of sounds similar to that match between William Regal and CM Punk back in 2008 when they were fighting for the Intercontinental Championship. But yeah, I'm not sure if it was a gentleman's duel match, but it's this match that Oral Menza and Alexis King, their match was very similar to that. But it's where the Oral Menza's yeah, I get the rules and what's the name, and Alexis King is very annoying. And I already beat him in his rules once, but I can do it again. This is where the Alexis King's that's so disappointing. You just can't do this match. And you said this past week that you're gonna make my father proud, but now you and he's but what do you do? You use the ropes as your advantage. And I didn't cheat in the match, but you did, Oral. It's gonna be, but tonight's gonna be a fair wrestling match. No matter no matter what you do. So may the best man win tonight. And then this where Oral Menza's yo, what just came out of his mouth? For 1 second, and then I was kind of confused. I was when Oral Menza was kind of sounding like a heel here, and Alexis King was the baby face, and I was I'm confused. Who's the heel and who's the face? I went down there doing a double turn here on this rivalry, which they showed with Oral Menza could go back to his heelish ways. Well, the main event match was just a tad bit better, and secondly, this was was kind of a bit too predictable, and it made uh, Vince Sinclair look less strong into this match. Like with her basically pretty much being scared in the second half and allowing Stephanie McCurry just to put her out of her misery, even though that was probably the whole point of just trying to make Stephanie McCurry credible. But Britt Sinclair is also not no punk either. Like like given that she's teaming with someone like Charlie Dempsey, one of the most brutal and technical wrestlers in all of WWE, at least in the NXT side of things. Like, so she should not be looking like a jobber at the same time. But yeah, this is where at first, I mean, I gotta hand it to her that Britt Sinclair did not look like a jobber when she started off with the Chilean wrestler. This where like she had her in a headlock for a couple of seconds until the former New Japan Strong and the CMLL Women's Champion did try to flip right off into a head scissor submission hold, but she turned into like a what's it called, a wheelbarrow pinfall roll up, like with Vince Sinclair trying to escape. That did not work into the favor of the female member of the No Quarter Catch crew. This is where she got a kick out at 1 even, but this is where Vince Sinclair got to try to go for a pin, but she kicked out at 0.999. If there is such thing as that, this is where they start fighting back and forth to who's gonna get the pin. That's where we got Stephanie Vaquer to try to Irish whip Ren right into the right side, but this is where we got Ren Sinclair trying to fight back, but this is where Stephanie did try to counter, try to go for a dragon screw, twister into some kind of like a submission hold, and then start bending it like right back into like a figure four leg lock. This is where we got. That's where she got it locked into a submission when Rich Sinclair's shoulders were up, like so the referee wasn't counting. I mean, this is where he was like also this is the submission hold. This is where I start asking like, did she submit? This is where she was like, nope. She then turned into like a female Bryan Danielson, like with her trying to go for this. What's that lock? Like double grabbing Stephanie's both arms and start flipping it over into like a like and put her hands up, like start standing up, like it was like a bridge hold. I believe it was like a bridge lock when her did start going, like looked like she's crossing it, like crossing past the bridge with her legs going side to side onto both sides of Stephanie Vaquer. Like by doing this bridge submission hold, we're grabbing both her arms. Like this is where she tried to go for an armbar onto Vaquer, but this is where she flipped it right over into the surprise roll, which is known as the most devastating move in all professional wrestling. This is where but Ren Sinclair kicked out at 2 even. This is where Vaquer was like, I should have known that you're going to easily kick out of that. This is where she was like, I would like to shake your hand. This is where Ren Sinclair, now that she's in the heel stable, like they start thinking like them, saying like I don't want to be friendly with you. Of watching their future, watching their future foe, I guess you could say, like wrestling their first match in NXT. This is where then they walk out of their locker room, which I was wondering what exactly. But what's her name? Vaquer hardly. She gets slapped once again by Ren Sinclair. This is where she tried to go for a clothesline, but this is where she gets hit with a shoulder tackle right after Sinclair ducks out of the way. This is where then she hits a jaw-breaking face-buster majiggy maneuver. This is where then we got this is where Ren Sinclair go for a rolling flip into a double underhook into a suplex. This is where then she kips right back up. This is where she had her sit right to the bottom corner side. This is where Sinclair was didn't try to send her right to the bottom left side. This is where she. This is where then he tried to go for. This is where she tried to go for a clothesline. Like after she hit some striking clotheslines. Like this is where then she hits a striking. What's that called? Dragon screw slam, which looks similar to when she wrestled over the other company to that other wrestler that's currently holding the championship that she beat with that for that title that she once was before she joined WWE. But yeah, this like she hit that similar maneuver. I was like, ow, like that looks very painful. I feel bad for Sinclair, just like the other wrestler that took the move that she faced. What's her name? That Stephanie Vaquer last wrestled before she joined WWE. This is where we got Vaquer did hit her finisher, which is that double underhook backbreaker maneuver to get the 1-2-3. And winner of this match, Stephanie Vaquer, and I want to give a humongous congratulations on her debut match on NXT. But before she can even have a proper celebration, this is where she gets attacked from behind. However, by her latest foes of Roxanne Perez and what's her name, Cora Jade, which, yeah, like I'm not sure what exactly why they have something against her other than helping out Julia. But I was like, maybe that could be the possible reason why. Like, yeah, of course, this where once they got her up and tried to do like a double team punch maneuver with what's her name with Roxanne in position while Cora Jade was holding on to her. This is where they heard some music start playing, which was none other than Julia. They came in and then managed to take down both Cora and Roxanne all by herself at the first round. And this is where, but once she hit a headbutt right onto Cora Jade. However, she got ambushed back in the middle. This is where she tell Cora to do a double team on her, the double Irish whip. But this is where they end up getting double drop kicked by the Japanese Italian wrestler. This is where then both Stephanie and Julia go for a double pump kick to the face onto Roxanne and Cora respectively. This is where they stand up tall. This is where we finally this is where we also saw like what's her name This is where we saw Ava like later on was in her office backstage with the two former women's New Japan Strong Women's champions requesting a feature match, which what's her name Ava agreed that she'll do, and then yeah, it'll be a tag team match at Halloween Havoc, which I wonder if it's going to be a wheel spinning stipulation into their contest, which I think there likely will be. But let me know in the comment section right down below if so or not. But yeah, but this is where we also saw the Fatal Influence came in and say you're just easily gonna hand them their match, hand them a match just because they're just the hottest stars in all of wrestling. This is where then Ava's like, no, like it's because they're in a rivalry. They have some beef and they're in a rivalry with Roxanne and Cora Jade. And this is not for the championship, well, at least not yet, unless if they can. But we're gonna get to that later. This is just some kind of it's what she said. It was I'm just giving them a match which that will make sense and they're not requesting this something like that. This is where it's just but since you're here and you want to request a match how about next week one of the two of you face the two of them, which is the two former New Japan women's pro wrestlers that she pointed out too, which we're going to be seeing next week on NXT on October 22nd, which I believe it will be the go home show before. It's going to be at a go home show before Halloween Havoc. And who do you think is going to win that match? If it's not going to be obvious enough, let me know in the comment section right down below. But let's move on. We got another backstage segment with Trick Williams meeting up with fellow NXT Women's North American Champion, what's her name, Kalani Jordan, which is also his former Trick Mello Gang teammate's girlfriend, of course. But yeah, this is where Trick Williams. This is where then he's who? This is where he started asking. This is where the Trick Williams is asking a question to Kalani, saying who do you think is gonna win this number contender? This is where But before that, she wished Trick Williams best of luck on no matter who's no matter who this number contender may be. This is where then she was well, that's a good question. They both have plenty of good reasons why they're in this number contenders match in the first place. But all I know is that the women's division, and it's and just similar to the women's division, I think it's gonna be just anybody that's gonna come out there. And she was like, and yeah, same goes with me. I don't know like who I'm gonna face next for my women's ultimate champion. But the one thing I know, like nobody's not gonna be doing like Kalani, and like nobody can do it like Trick. And this is where Trick be like, exactly. Let's talk about it. Like his normal catchphrase is, and this where that's where he did that fatal influence was eavesdropping. Yeah, it is. What a funny coincidence. Yellow.
And that's true.
That's where we got the gentleman's duel match, like which is Alexis King taking on Mensa. And yeah, the match rules like was kind of similar. I'm not really into this kind of stipulated match, but it was similar to like when William Regal took on CM Punk for the Intercontinental when he was Intercontinental Champion at the time, back like 16 years ago, back in 2008. It kind of gave me that kind of vibes, like back in that time, which I believe they purposely did this, like because given that both Regal and CM Punk are back in the company, but it's where we got Ashante Diadonis was to continue trying to do another attempt of asking out either Carmen Petrovic or Brentley Reese. Is where, which I think he did so, but also Ashante Diadonis interrupted the two women's wrestlers like with them in a very emotionally invested in an emotionally invested conversation. This where he was like, that's where that he wanted to apologize to. Who was it? Was it? It was, I believe, was to Carmen. I believe this was. I apologize. Nope. Oh, no, it was Brentley, actually. It was Brentley that was apologizing because about giving a rose to him. This was like an Adonisly, which that was, of course, his last name pun, like into that was intended again to his honesty of apology. This is where he's like, it's like, and this is where then, and this was like, but before I be sincere unto his apology. That's where he asked, like what he said, like it was. Do you know who the shorty's name is? Like and this is where then Sean Spears like, yeah, Ashante. Like that's how you talk to ladies. Like this is where then. Just did Ashante. Like these are the lovely ladies, and they need to be treated with some respect, like I do with my wife at home, which she's a former WWE women's wrestler herself and a former women's tag team champion. Which I'm not sure like if she ever do come back, but that's a different conversation for a different day. But my point is like that's where he was trying to teach Ashante how to treat a lady like as a gentleman, but this is where he passed the rose to what's his name what's his name Brooks Jensen. Is where it ripped off the top petals like off the flower. This is where Ashante Diadonis took that as a sign of disrespect right there, like when him thinking that there are a couple of hypocrites, which you can kind of agree on to the ladies man wrestler. This is where he was like, you have a problem with that? Like, how about we sell this in the ring? This is where we got the security that came in along with us. What's his name? Robert Stokes. No, we're not gonna be doing this. Like the only way y'all gonna be getting into a physical altercation is inside that ring. This is where we got Shanti. That's like fine with me. Like see you out there. This is where we got Carmen Petrovic. Then waited until everybody left the room to pick up the rose petals, and I believe like she even put it in the bag. But let me know in the comment section right down below what's your thoughts onto this angle? Like, do you think this is going to turn into some kind of a romantic angle between her and Ashante? Let me know down in the comment section right down below. Now back to the ring, we got